Hey everybody, if you're just popping in, I'm just giving everybody a second to, hi Belinda, to pop in. And I'm also getting the comment section popped up on my laptop so that I can craft and chit chat with you at the same time. And I gotta mute it because if I don't mute it, oh my gosh, I hear myself and it's kind of crazy. So there we are. Oh, I am doing good. How are you, Belinda? Oh my gosh, I have been crazy busy. We homeschool anyways outside of the mandate for everyone to homeschool right now, and so it's just been a little bit different and kind of crazy because usually we get to like go to the library and the parks and we take classes at the university and different things like that, and so not being able to do our normal stuff, the kids are starting to go stir crazy. All right, looks like we got some people popping in. Okay, I am going to show you this really cute card technique. It's messy, but it's really fun. So I'm going to make 6 cards out of 2 pieces of cardstock. And it's going to look like this, but it's not going to look like this. So I hope that makes sense. I'm going to zoom out so you guys can kind of see what's going on here. All right, perfect. So, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Please disregard. We have, we live on a farm, so our water is pumped into our house from the well outside. So if that thing kicks on again, I'm so sorry. Someone's doing dishes or something. Okay. So it's just a few supplies that you need to do this. A really good large size stamp. Anything that's going to take up a good amount of space. I'm using a retired stamp set because it's one of my favorites. Your favorite color ink and your cardstock to match it. Black ink, a block, and a spray water pen. Okay? So the first thing that we're going to do, man, it's messy, so you are going to take your ink block and you're going to put it right to, you're going to take your ink pad and you're going to put it right to your ink block. Okay? So just randomly tap it on there. You don't have to cover the whole thing. Okay, just little spots here and there. Just take your spray pen. Now keep in mind that this is not watercolor paper, all right? And then you can, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I've got blue spray right here. That happens. And then you're just going to stick your block down and smooch it and do it again. And I still have some ink on here. So let me see what I do. Like this. Oh, I like it. Now you can turn this around. You can swivel your pad on your block and that can give you different effects. So just a couple of squirts of water. This is an oldie but goodie. I've done this before, but I have also done it with alcohol markers and put 90 proof rubbing alcohol in my spray pen and done it that way. Both of them work the same. Okay, and it doesn't have to be super vibrant. So you're going to do this until your entire page fills up. And it's okay that I have a little bit of that spray kind of off on it because it's going to make a really cool pattern when we get ready to make our card. So I'm just going to fill up. Now when I did my first one, I did a large block. I did this size block on the first one, so I just thought I would change it up and just kind of see what unique or different patterns I could get with a different size block. So that's the only reason why I'm using a different one. So I'll just kind of smoosh it on there any way that feels good. And remember, this is not water paper, so this is going to take time. So the more water that you use, the more likely it is to bubble up. And then don't cut it while it's wet. So you're going to have to some dry time. That's why I kind of did one before we came on. just to kind of give us the power of TV, if you will, right? So you just keep doing this in whatever color that you want. It can be, I mean, you could possibly do different colors on the block if you really wanted to. Wouldn't have to all be the same. Ooh, I've got a little left on there. I'm going to put a little more water on this one. And so you can put as much or as little ink as you want, and you're just going to cover your entire page. If your page is 8.5 by 11 or 12 by 12, it doesn't matter. I'm using a 12 by 12, and then I'm going to cut it down. I did that on purpose. I wanted to slide it, and then I'm going to have one more strip down here to do. So we're going to cover that, and then we're going to cut it. Blah, blah. I'm losing my train of thought because I can't stamp and talk at the same time, I guess. Ooh, that's cute. This one I think we'll do just a little bit less, and it's going to be about our last one. So I'm just spraying it with water in my spray pen and stamping it down. So the first thing that I'm going to do is set this aside to dry before I cut into it, and then to speed things along for us, I'll use the one that I have already dried and stamped and did all that today. So I'm going to put my lid on this, put my ink away so it doesn't get accidentally inked on. Any size block we'll use. Like I said, for this one that I've already done that's dried, I went ahead and used my largest block that I had, and I got some really, really cool impressions with it, I think. And it's messy. It's so messy, but what project have I not done on here that hasn't been messy? Okay, so I've cut my cardstock for my cards. I've cut my base down. This is cut to, and I wrote everything down so that I would be prepared and ready, 3.75 or 3 1/4 by 5, because I wanted a quarter all the way around to show through. Okay. Now, when I cut this down, I'm going to get 6 out of here, and you'll have a little bit of scraps that I'm sure you could do something with. When I cut this down, I am going to cut it to, let's see, 3.5 by 4.75. So there's not going to be much of a border on here. So let's do our biggest cut first. So 4 1/4 or 4.75. And I love this bluebird paper. It's so pretty. I'm not a big fan of this new paper trimmer that I got, but I'm trying to work with it.
Everything was still running.
I'm live right now. Sorry. No, I don't, but thank you for shutting it off. Sorry. All right, and then I'm going to cut, so these two panels are 4 1/4 or 4.75, and then I'm going to cut each one of these into 3 1/2 pieces. This is why I don't like it. If it is not 100% level, it dips out and then it kind of doesn't cut all the way. I don't know, maybe there's a trick to the trade for this. There we go. Now it's starting to play nice. Maybe it's because it's warped, the paper's warped, but I've also had problems when it's not. So now I have 3, and I'm working on, I'm going to get 3 more. So 6 cards. I'm so excited. So 3 1/2 and 3 1/2. Also, you guys, those of you that are on my mailing list already, at the end of the month, the new catalog is coming out and you will be getting that. So, hi Pauline. So watch for this in the mail. If you miss the call for my mailing list this time, I can put you on, this is June, I can put you on July's mailing list. Just leave me a message and and you're with your address so I can get you on there. Otherwise, the catalog is like $7.95 to ship to you, plus the cost of the catalog. So it ends up being like $15. So $15 is a lot for a little catalog, and I think you understand, but I'm just gonna I'm not really supposed to show you, but I'm going to show you since you guys are awesome. So anyways, if you want on the catalog list for July, let me know. If you want this catalog, you get it free when you place your first order with me in May or June. Okay, on to our awesome cards. We're done cutting. And hi, Angela. Okay, so just to recap, we have inked our blocks, sprayed them with water, and smushed them onto our paper. This is wet. This is the dry one. We've cut card base to be 3.25 by 5, and this is 3.5 by 4.25. And now comes the really pretty awesome part. So I am going to grab my Versamat, and I'm going to flip it over so I can have the softness. And this is the fun part. So any color will work, whatever color that you choose. Lighter is definitely going to be better. So here are my 6 cards. I'm using a retired stamp. It is a stamp of the month from last February, I think so. I could be wrong. Okay, I can look it up if anybody's really curious about it. So I'm going to ink it up with black ink. I'm not going to do any coloring, so I'm not worried about coloring it in intense black. If I mess up and I don't get it inked all the way, I can always fill it in with my black journaling pen. So I'm not going to get too worked up over any of the spots that are not. My ink pad has seen better days. It's time for me to get a new one. And then I'm just going to straight down and straight up. So I'm going to go over this with my black journaling pen so it'll come through a little clearer, but it is gorgeous. Trust me. And if I wanted to, I could put this in my stamp positioner and it would come out just as gorgeous because I could stamp over and over and over until I got a really nice deep dark impression. Let me give it a little CPR. See how pretty that is. Okay, so this particular flower set has a little bow with it. So I am going to grab my white ribbon and I'm going to tie a little bow off right here. I think that'll be really cute. So those of you that are just joining, the background noise is my well. It's my pump bringing my water into our house. It is what it is. I can't do anything about it. Someone's doing dishes or taking a shower, so that means someone's being clean one way or another. So we'll take it, right? Okay. I'm just finished stamping off these. I'm going to go over this with my journaling pen, but I think these ones that have more of a solid tone to them are going to come out really well. Yellow would have been a really pretty color to do. A light pink, but I really like Bluebird. It's one of my favorite colors right now. I mean, all of the colors are my favorite, but Bluebird's one of my favorites right now. And I thought these would be really pretty cards to have on hand. I'm not going to do a sentiment on these just yet. That way, if I need a birthday, I've got a birthday. If I need a sympathy, I got a sympathy. You get it. So any kind of stamp that's large like this will work. It doesn't have to be this particular stamp, but I do encourage you to try it. Okay, so now we've got the stamping part done. All right, look at all these beautiful cards. So next I need card bases. 3, 4, 5, 6. And card surgery because, hello, let me get my trimmer out, because I ran out of envelopes from close to my heart, so I just on a whim stopped at the big box store and got card bases, and they're 5.5 by 5.5, which I don't like these, but they're what they are. So the good thing is I can still use them. I'm not going to toss them. I'm just doing a little card surgery on them. 3 more. But and I'm still not in love with this paper trimmer. Maybe one day. I got this thinking I might have a better luck with it doing straight edges, but I don't know, but bows or something too much for me. I'm not really keen on it. All right. Anyways, you get the point. Did everybody that celebrates the holiday have a good holiday weekend? Yes, this would be a good Mother's Day card. And in fact, the stamp set is, I think, geared towards that. Grandmother, sister, friend, daughter, you make my heart smile. So, one of the first things I'm going to do, put this together. And remember, the paper that we're used is not watercolor paper. You could most certainly use watercolor paper. You're going to get a little bit of a different look to it, but I'm going to be a little generous with my adhesive here. I'm going to put this on, centered as best as I can. I'm going to grab my card base. Right, and in here, quick and easy cards. That's the beauty of this. I mean, obviously the sponging of the background with your ink blocks isn't the quick part, but once you have that done, these are great things to have on hand just to you know, grab really quick, especially if you're not going to do a sentiment on them. You could, if you wanted to, color them in fully with your black journaling pen. So I'm just going to use some white ribbon. And I'm not a bow tire. I've never been a bow tire, so I'm just going to tie this in a knot. Like this. I'm going to grab my scissors and a glue dot. I'm going to stick it right here on my bouquet. And it's just as simple as that. And you can get 6 cards out of this. That's what I love about this. I think it turns out great. I can come in and I can put maybe stickles in the center of my flowers to make them pop. I could put any one of my embellishments. Maybe some julep. I don't know. I have some gold. I don't want the gold. I thought I had some blue. I probably do somewhere. I think I'm going to go with regular sparkles. We'll just try it. I can make each one different. It doesn't really matter. I'm not going to go through with my journaling pen and line them all up, but I will show you really quick what I mean. So you can just follow the outline of the petals. And again, if I would have used my stamp positioner, I could have went over this many times until I got an impression that I liked. But this is just as easy. And then it comes through really nice. And I don't have to do that. I could just leave it as is. I think the contrast is kind of nice doing it that way too. And so then it can come through. Okay, So I just kind of wanted to show you that you can use your journaling pen to fill in any blanks or make it brighter or bigger or better, or maybe use less ink when you're stamping, maybe less blotchiness. I really am excited. I really want you guys to try this. And if you have time, post here on this little VIP group of mine, your creations. I would love to see, you know, what you guys come up with. If you have time, you know, everybody's kind of got a new busy. Everybody has all this extra time on their hands, but really they don't. They've just got more or different responsibilities on how to use it. So here is my finished card. And now I can go through and play and do all kinds of things that I want. Oh yeah, I know. I think the stickles would be cute, Belinda. Yeah, for sure. I'm loving this. I'm excited to see. This one's a lot lighter than this one, so I'm excited to see how well this will turn out when I cut this. I just can't cut it now because it's wet and it'll tear when I cut it. So hopefully it dries nice. But yeah, I think the stickles, let's see what the stickles look like. We'll do one. I mean, since you guys are here, right? And then I've been going live a couple of days a week in the other little group that my friend Michelle and I started. It's called Flock Together. It's a free group, and we just get together and put down projects to inspire people to get crafty and use their supplies. Most of it's pretty simple. I threw in some cliffhangers with a couple of tunnel cards, and you know, it requires a little bit more concentration, I guess. But most of the projects in there are pretty easy, and it's all interpretation. So I've been going live over there a couple of days a week. So if you haven't joined, join. It's just for 100 days, and it's just to kind of get everybody grooving and using their stash and having a good time. We did a Saturday night, we did a little bit of a virtual crop together on Zoom, because we wanted it where we could all be together and we could all talk and have fun and laugh. And so that's why we picked Zoom as the platform for, oh, stickles. What am I doing? That's why we picked Zoom, because I'm talking and not paying attention, as the platform for us all to get together, because we could see each other. And it was so much fun. I had a good time, but my craft room has not recovered. It's like it got spit up. Not spit up. What am I trying to, yeah, like the whole like paper shreds are spit up everywhere. I'll put more right there. Ooh, that does look pretty. I do like that. I probably should have glued that down to my card first, right? My base. It's alright, it'll dry and then I can do it. So it does turn out. I like that. I have plenty of room to put my sentiment if I want one. Of course, I could add maybe some in the center of these ones to kind of tie them off. What the heck, why not? So this will look cute all on here. I am excited. I really like you guys to try this. I mean, blotch your paper up tonight, and then tomorrow when you get done doing whatever stuff you have to do, you could come in, it'll be dry and ready for you to cut. The measurements that I used, and you don't have to do that. My cardstock is 3 1/4 by 5, and then my, we'll call it crafty piece of paper, my pattern, my DIY pattern paper is 3 1/2 by 4 1/4. So I really hope you guys do pop in and try it. It'll be super, super cute to see what you guys come up with. So, all right, that was my crafty business today. I'm gonna pop in here. I'm gonna try on Wednesday and bring something else to you guys. And then, like I said, don't forget to look. This is gonna be in your mailbox from me if you're on my list. If you're not on my list, you can get it on for July. And so I send that to all of my customers. This is the new catalog. It doesn't start until May. And this is the Operation Smile stamp set, which I literally just got. And I can show that to you because it's not right here for me to show to you. It is stinking cute, you guys. Oh, here it is. Look at how cute this is. I cannot wait to play with this. So, all right, you guys, I will try to pop in here on Wednesday, and you guys have a great night, and post your cards. I want to see them. I think they'll be super cute. Share the love. Bye, guys.